What is good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to talk to you about the break-even stage as a trader. What is the break-even stage, how to get out of it, some tips that help me, etc. Maybe you have a profitable month and you lose all that money. Maybe you're having profitable weeks, then you have an unprofitable week. You're just stuck in the middle. You're not profitable yet, but you're also not losing a bunch of money, and you just can't get over that last little hump. So the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. And a lot of traders make that mistake. They think it's a get-rich-quick scheme, that they're going to, wake up and press all these buttons on NASDAQ and ES, and they're just going to be a millionaire, retire their parents. When you get that idea in your head, that's when you start over-leveraging for that big win. That's when you start over-trading because your mind isn't under control, okay? Understand that this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. A lot of these guys, that any of your favorite trading influencers of substance who, actually show what they're doing and are actually legit traders, it probably, I'm gonna guess, took them years. They didn't wake up and then everything was easy. It took them years. They grinded, they worked hard, they played hard, they kept going no matter what, and they understood eventually or immediately that it is not a get-rich-quick scheme. And once you can understand that it takes patient endurance, okay, I like to use that term because I'm a big Christian, Jesus described that with Paul and Peter. It takes patient endurance, okay? Once you understand that, you will start to understand, you know what, I do need to lock in and just be patient. I do not think that this is a get-rich-quick scheme. The second thing that you guys need to do is understand your set rules and strategies, and do not break them. Let me repeat that. Do not, and I mean do not, whatever you do, break that rule and strategy. I don't care, I don't care if you have to call your mother after you're done trading, be like, Mom, convince me to stay off this computer, because if you don't, I'm gonna lose. Or get in that car, go drive somewhere far away from your computer. Do not break your rules and strategies. For example, today I took a $3,000 plus loss, okay? Instead of, over trading, over risking and getting in on another trade and stuff like that, etc., I shut off the laptop, I locked myself out of my platforms, and I'm outside enjoying the view. And a lot of you guys cannot do that, and that is why you don't have those consistent funded accounts. That is why you're not getting those payouts yet and stuff, etc. Because you can't take a loss and then have the ability to say, you know what, I'll just come back tomorrow, let me shut off the computer, go enjoy the day, go do something else, go to work, whatever it is. You guys don't have that ability, a lot of you. So a lot of you can't acquire funded accounts that way, okay, or get those payouts or become profitable. You know the points I'm getting at. Understand that, these rules and strategies that you create are put in place for a reason. And once you start breaking them, that's when you fall into deep holes. That's when blown accounts come. That's when losing trades happen, when you don't follow your set rules and confluences. So really something that helped me when I was going through my path and journeys, I was blowing so many funded accounts, things were just going wrong. And then something snapped in me. It just did. It just snapped in me. I was like, you know what? I have to be better about this. I have to just be patient and realize that this journey takes time, and it's not going to be easy. But if I just lock in, be patient, give it its time, and follow my rules and strategies. I literally created a set of rules and strategies for myself, and I realized what I needed to do. Okay? I realized that, you know what? I need to follow these set rules and strategies. And the more I did that, the better I got at it, which of course it takes time, just like everything I mentioned. You start to understand, okay, you know what? This is getting easier. I'm relaxed. I'm letting myself be patient. I'm following these set rules and strategies. I'm not over trading. Therefore, you are managing your risk and protecting your capital. Because at the end of the day, if you are not managing your risk and protecting your capital, you are just a gambler, okay? That's what you are. We as traders, our number one goal is to protect our capital and manage our risk. Okay, that can really tie into you being in the break-even stage. It's the way you're managing your risk. Okay, maybe you're a good trader. Maybe that strategy is clicking. You do follow those set of rules and strategies, but you just can't manage your risk. So you have bad R to R. You're losing trades. When you do lose trades, I should say, you're losing more money than you should be, etc. That you can handle. And then that's where the cycle starts of just being stuck at that break-even and unprofitable stage. You guys have to understand that becoming profitable in this industry, in this journey, is not easy, okay? Not everybody there's a reason they say that 90-something% of people fail at this journey, and only sub 10% of people make it as a full-time income in this journey. It is because the way this journey is outlined, the way this industry is positioned, it is for people to fail. There's so much money out there in trading, and it gets to people, okay? And that's where I try to keep Christ involved in my journey to say, you know what? I took a loss today, but Christ would not be greedy about this. If Jesus Christ was on this journey specifically as a trader, he would not be greedy about this. Sorry, that's my dog. Ivy, come here. Ivy, no bark. Sorry about my dog. But yeah, I want you guys to understand that being in that break-even stage, you're right there. You are right there. A little word of encouragement. I know I went on a lecture for about 5 minutes there, but a little word of encouragement. If you see yourself in that break-even stage where you know you can be profitable, you're just having those slight little losses and stuff like that, I need you guys to understand that you guys are right there. You're literally right there, okay? You have to fix up a couple things, okay? Just a couple things. Management of risk, capital protection, all these different things that I just mentioned before. Mindset. Okay, your psychology has to be in order. That's a big thing that comes with, you know, being stuck at the break-even stages. Your psychology has to be in order. You have to know when to manage trades. You have to know when to let trades run. You have to know to make your losers smaller than your winners, and, you know, let big runners go. Let big winners run. I'm trying to think of what to say here. It's a tongue twister. Let big running trades win and keep going, and cut your losses, you know, to make them smaller. I'm sure you've heard that saying before, but that's what it takes, guys. Something that really helped me last year was understanding that at the end of the day, trading is just money. It's just numbers on a screen. It is. There's so much more in life than making money and, you know, all this stuff. I wear this iconic Jesus shirt because he means so much to me, because Christ died for me, because Christ gave me a chance at eternal life. So realize that there is so much more to life than trading. And if you are stuck at that break-even stage, I promise, if you just fix up a select couple of things, you will get there. You will. You will get there. I promise you. So really lock in and understanding that this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It is going to take time, and you're going to have to learn through that break-even stage. And also understand that, you know what? You have to follow your set rules and strategies. I'll mention again what I mentioned before. I just took $3,000 in losses today, and I was able to get myself off the computer and go outside, relax, understand that I can come back tomorrow and make that money back and more, because I'm not greedy. I'm not an overtrader. I'm not an over leverager. I'm not an over risker. And that is how I got myself hundreds of thousands of dollars in funding, tens of thousands of dollars in payouts, turn this into my full-time job as a 22-year-old kid, and now growing on platforms to help other traders as well. Because I realized, you know what? If I need to fix these emotions to get over this hump, then that's what I have to do. It may suck in the moment. You lose a trade. You just want to make that money back and more, but you have to get off that computer. You have to realize if you just come back tomorrow with a refreshed mind, you can make that money back and more, and you probably will not blow your account, because once you get into a cycle of blowing your accounts, it never ends. I've been there. We've all been there. And to get over that break-even hump, you have got to follow your rules and strategies to a T and understand how to let winners run and cut losers short. I love you guys.